Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world today. Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tia Rogers, the Take Care of Your Health, Save, Invest, and Grow Your Startup Business Mentor. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be discussing areas of human experience and personal development, particularly in the context of overcoming trauma and the journey of self improvement. Using the concept of the 1.6181, often related to the golden ratio, which reflects a search for balance as well as harmony in life, which seems integral to your journey and mission. This morning, I shared during a live at 10 a.m. I usually go live 10 a.m. on my profile page every morning. Um, and it's as a catalyst to bring us into how to win in life and win in business and love what we do. Our sessions that we're having here every afternoon at 3 p.m. This is coming to you recorded because I don't have enough subscribers to actually go live. I can go live from the Zoom platform. However, it wouldn't post at 3. So I'm going to get better at that and how to be able to do all that I need to do as I'm growing, learning, and healing, and bringing the information to you live to make it more interactive. But until then, feel free to join us on the Tia Rogers profile, personal profile page. And we can interact there every morning, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. So, in order to understand this in context and how I am bringing it to you, um, there's areas in your life that are traumatic experiences, lifelong trauma that impacts your life, that is going to impact your life for the rest of your life. But how do you take that drama, drama or tragedy, and accept it, and yet still find a way to move on? This morning, I shared how being part of the communities and on this particular journey of self discovery, um, learning how to design and create a life that I want to live, um, just from a worthy idea, right? Finding ways to help others as I help myself along in the life journey. So this morning, I shared a very personal story about the loss of my son and how I am, not how I got over, but how I am getting through and overcoming the different obstacles that can get in the way. So I'm going to do my best to share that with you right now. Um, and some of the things in the beginning may not make sense because now that I had a moment to kind of regroup myself and get myself together, I hope that I can maintain myself through our time together today, so I don't end up, but I have my tissues just in case it doesn't go that way. So we're stepping out on faith and we're bringing you this information to do our best to help you navigate through whatever life traumatic experience you may have gone through. Mine is the homicide of my son last year in 2022. He was 32 years old. So when we're talking about self-awareness and ethics and growth and development, we know that the journey of self-improvement starts with self-awareness. Understanding your own values, beliefs, and emotions is crucial. In terms of ethics, it's all about aligning your actions with your core values and ensuring that as you grow, you do so in a way that's true to yourself and considerate to others. When you're looking at optimizing your health and wellness in these times, we're looking at your physical, mental, and emotional health as they are deeply interconnected. Having a holistic approach to health, incorporating diet, exercise, mental health care, and social connections is essential for a comprehensive wellness journey. When it comes to coping skills in handling trauma, facing trauma, especially something as heart-wrenching as losing a child to violence, requires immense courage and resilience. Coping skills like mindfulness, therapy, and support groups can be invaluable. It's about processing the pain, fear, and the doubt, and emerging with a newfound strength. To add to support groups, therapy, and how invaluable it can be, you get out of it what you put into it. Having been a part of a therapeutic community since 2016 and still presently, I know how valuable it is. But I also know that it requires you to show up and be willing to be vulnerable and put it all on the table so that you can look at the whole thing in order for it to work. Because as you pour it all out, you'll be able to look at it and prioritize where you need to begin the work and start that process. But you will have a team to help you work through that process through therapy and or support groups. That's the value. The capability of being real even when we don't want to. Because something such as losing a child to violence can bring different feelings and emotions, the shame, guilt, depending upon the relationships or what's surrounding the loss. So tapping into your coping skills, being mindful, as well as utilizing the therapeutic and supportive groups that's available to you, definitely, without a doubt, will help you find your newfound strength. When we're looking at how human experience and personal development, looking at our self-awareness, looking at how we're optimizing our health and wellness, our coping skills and traumas. And through that empowerment, how does it lean into our retirement for our life? We're still life plated. Unfortunately, we lost a loved one, but we still have to continue to live, which is the hardest thing to do sometimes. But empowerment in the context of retirement could mean having the financial and emotional security to enjoy your later years. Retirement planning is more than just financial security. It's also about finding purpose and joy in this phase of life. Understanding finances, budgeting, saving, investing, credit scores, and even estate planning. This is crucial. Financial literacy empowers individuals to make informed decisions, leading to greater financial independence and security. Balancing the quantitative aspects of business with the qualitative human elements is key. While numbers are essential for operational success, the human aspect, empathy, ethical considerations, and social impact is what gives business its true value. Grief can be all consuming. affecting every aspect of life, including finances. Staying on top of financial obligations during such times can be challenging. Seeking support, whether through counseling support, groups, or trusted financial advisors, can help navigate this difficult period. The journey of healing and growth is ongoing. Surrounding yourself with positive, like minded individuals can provide the support and inspiration needed to keep moving forward. Your approach of turning pain into a source of strength and joy is not just commendable, but it's profoundly inspiring if you're able to do so. In these moments, you have to keep nurturing your path of empowerment, growth, and healing for both yourself as well as those you support. As we're focusing on the importance of community involvement and financial planning for the future, including retirement, it's vital to recognize how these aspects are interconnected in improving the quality of life for individuals and communities. Your engagement in these areas reflects a deep commitment to social responsibility. Supporting women's shelters not only provides immediate safety and assistance, but also empowers women to rebuild their lives. Similarly, investing in children's education is a long investment in the future, creating a more educated to cre- creating a more educated, aware, and empowered generation. Providing food and basic necessities is fundamental. It addresses immediate needs while also building a foundation for individuals and families to focus on long-term goals like educational and financial stability. So you're probably wondering, why did I mention that? I mentioned that because along the journey and identifying like-minded people on the journey in the direction in which I wish to go, these charitable activities are part of those communities and organizations. So we're not only learning how to build ourselves up, we're also learning the importance of giving back. And just simply by attending a course, you can be given back in so many different ways through the particular organizations, charities. So that was a part of my journey as I'm going through all this and building and growing and understanding myself better, learning how to deal with the traumatic experience of homicide of my son, and still having to navigate and cope along with it. I'm not crying this time, so I'm going to keep focus. But if you understand what I'm saying, just put in a comment. Let me know that you understand. I will come back and I'll read it later. And like I said, you're welcome to join me live on Facebook every morning at 10, Monday through Friday. So it's through these organizations that I'm surrounded around like-minded people, like-minded individuals. And guess what? Some of them have walked the walk that I've walked. And we're able to provide methods and coping skills that they utilize and provided me tips as to how I can incorporate them into my life to keep them going. Being in a community of like-minded people, working towards building a better life for ourselves, and being attached to communities and businesses that are about empowerment, uplifting individuals, and still helping and supporting shelters, educating, ensuring that every child gets educated, and providing food for those that may need the help are quite uplifting and empowering duties, and has a way of shining a light in the midst of all your darkness. As I compare my son's homicide to Dante's Inferno. So, as we're looking at our financial planning and retirement. It's important. The earlier you start planning, the greater your chances are of growth long term and creating a substantial allotment through your financial portfolio to secure your retiring years. So beginning with the end in mind is a sound strategy. Early planning allows for the power of compounding interest and provides a larger time frame to adjust plans as life circumstances change. While it's essential to enjoy the present, balancing immediate gratification with future needs is crucial. This balance can be challenging as it often requires sacrifices in the short term for long-term benefits. Some of the pros and cons of financial planning: provides financial security, reduces stress about the future, allows for a more comfortable retirement, and offers the potential to leave a legacy. Requires discipline and sometimes sacrifices in the present, and can be complex and overwhelming. And there's always some level of uncertainty about future financial markets and personal needs. If you are a late starter in retirement planning, you need to understand where you stand financially, including your debts, assets, and income streams. If you're starting late, you want to try to maximize your contributions to retirement accounts, especially if your employer offers matching contributions. You want to look for ways to reduce current expenses to free up more money for savings. You want to consider working a few extra years to increase savings and reduce the number of years you'll need to find in retirement. You want to focus on balanced portfolio that reflects your shorter time horizon and risk tolerance. You want to look into passive income opportunities or side hustles to boost your savings. Ensure you have a plan for your healthcare costs, which can be significant in later life. While the challenge of balancing present needs with future planning is real, being mindful of your financial health at every stage of life, coupled with your commitment to community and social responsibility, can lead to a fulfilling and impactful life journey. Your work in supporting others while navigating your financial path serves a powerful model of integrating values-driven living. And that's what we do here at How to Win in Life and Win in Business. We are looking at life on life terms, as life really happens on real life things. So as we're continuing our conversation here, we're going to be looking at the concept of not being a life business crybaby. And this speaks to the importance of personal accountability and resilience in the face of life's challenges. It's a recognition that while external factors do influence our lives, our reactions and the paths we choose in response are ultimately within our control. So we're going to look at some of the danger and some of the we're going to look at dealing with anger and blame, right? When we're on our life journey, things don't go the way that we want it. Something as horrific as losing your child can make you question God sometimes. It can make you ask why would he allow such a thing to happen? But this is where we have to really hone in and really tap in to who we are as a being, our values, morals, ethics, principles in which we operate from, as well as our mindset, life perspective. So it's natural to feel anger or frustration towards a higher power during tough times. This anger, though often uncomfortable, can be a part of the healing process. It's a sign of grappling with the complexities of life and faith. Self-exploration in these moments, the emotions of anger and frustration can catalyze a deep self-exploration journey. In questioning and confronting these feelings, individuals often gain profound insights into their values, beliefs, and the strength of their character. The challenges we face, as incomprehensible as they may seem at the time, often often contribute to our personal growth and understanding. They can teach resilience, empathy, as well as strength. Recognizing that our response to life's challenges begins and ends with us is empowering. It's a reminder that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we react and what we learn from these experiences. Often, the answers we seek during times of turmoil are found within ourselves. Through introspection and reflection, we can find clarity, purpose, and direction as we are moving forward. And as we move forward, accepting life's challenges and taking proactive steps to deal with them can lead to personal empowerment. It's about finding constructive ways to address the issues at hand. While personal responsibility is key, seeking support from others, friends, family, your faith communities, or professional counselors is also important. They can provide different perspectives, support, as well as guidance. Every experience, especially the challenging ones, is an opportunity for learning and growth. Embracing a mindset of continuous learning can transform difficult experiences into valuable lessons. The journey of life is filled with a spectrum of experiences that can provoke a range of emotions, including anger and frustration. How we respond to these emotions by taking personal responsibility, engaging in self exploration, and seeking growth and learning shapes our path forward. Recognizing the role of a higher power, whatever one's beliefs, can, can be a source of strength and guidance through this journey. Embracing these challenges as opportunities for personal development and growth can be a testament to your resilience and commitment to living a life of purpose as well as empowerment. This conversation brings to light the complexities of dealing with personal tragedies and life's challenges while navigating family roles, workplace dynamics, and financial planning. It's a multifaceted situation where emotional, professional, and financial elements intertwine, creating a challenging scenario that many face but often struggle to articulate. Let's look at the family roles and dynamics in a crisis. Married versus non-married parents. The dynamics differ significantly. Married couples might have a more structured support system, while non-married parents, baby daddies, and baby mamas, may face more complex challenges in coordination and support. The financial impact of death, especially unplanned, can be profound. It's a time when family roles might shift and the surviving members must navigate the financial and emotional aftermath. Deciding whom to tell in the workplace is a personal choice. Some might find solace in being open, while others prefer privacy. It's about finding a balance that respects your emotional needs and professional obligations. Unfortunately, not everyone possesses the empathy or people skills to respond appropriately to others' tragedies. Coping with insensitivity or outright disregard from colleagues or superiors can add to the stress of the situation. When it feels like loss and danger are omnipresent, it can skew your perception of the world. It's critical during these times to seek support, whether through counseling, community support, or leaning on trusted family and friends. Balancing personal grief and maintaining professionalism can be taxing. It's a tightrope walk between expressing your emotions and fulfilling your professional responsibilities. The pressure of bills, dwindling savings, and a lack of insurance can be overwhelming, especially when dealing with personal crisis. Accessing private funds or community resources can be a lifeline. These situations highlight the importance of planning for unforeseen events, including savings, insurance, and emergency funds. Amidst such challenges, there's an opportunity for profound self-discovery and reassessment of one's identity, values, and purpose. Your experiences can bring a source of strength and guidance for others facing similar challenges. In algebra, we find unknown through known quantities. Similarity in life, we use our known strengths, values, and experiences to navigate unknown challenges. It's like a function where input, say savings, investments, insurance, affects the output, financial security, ability to handle crisis, and proper planning ensures that when life inputs variables of crisis, the function still maintains stability. As life presents a series of complex equations where emotional resilience, family dynamics, workplace challenges, and financial preparedness all play a role. Navigating this with dignity, respect for oneself, and focus on personal growth can turn these challenges into lessons that not only strengthen us, but also provide a blueprint for others in similar situations. It's about choosing the heart that fosters growth and aligns with our values and goals. Often challenging interest intersection between rigid organizational policies and the unpredictable realities of life. When policy does not align with real life situations, especially in a work environment, it can create a significant dilemma for individuals. So, we're going to try our best to break down the key elements in such scenarios. So, the ability to think on your feet is crucial, particularly in situations where strict adherence to policy might compromise safety or efficacy. It's about finding a balance between following procedure and making real time decisions based on the situation at hand. In any job, the safety of employees and others involved is paramount. When policy and safety conflict, the immediate decision should lean towards ensuring safety, even if it means diverting from standard procedures. When faced with challenges that impact job performance, it's important to communicate effectively with supervisors and seek guidance or support. If a deviation from policy leads to consequences, it's essential to be prepared to explain and justify your actions, especially if they were taken to ensure safety or for other valid reasons. If you feel that the consequences are unjust or that policies are routinely inadequate, engaging with grievance procedures or human resources can be a step towards resolution. Before making a decision to leave a job, especially if it's due to conflicts with policies or ethical concerns, it's crucial to assess your financial situation. Can you afford to be without a job for an extended period of time? Ideally, having an emergency fund that covers 6 months to a year of living expenses provides a safety net to make the transition less stressful. Consider the job market and your employability. How quickly can you find another job? Are there opportunities for freelance or temporary work in the interim? If many if many employees find that policies don't fit real life situations, it may be time for the organizations to review and update its policies to be more adaptable and relevant. These challenging situations, while difficult, can be opportunities for personal and professional growth. They can strengthen problem solving, decision making, and negotiating skills. Ultimately, navigating these complex scenarios requires a balance of practical wisdom, clear communication, and a strong understanding of your financial and professional position. It's about making informed decisions that align with your values, safety considerations, and long term financial stability. We understand that life's dual nature, its unpredictability, and its beauty. As we're looking at the concept of life be life, because life really be life, and we be living, it captures the essence of navigating through life's uncertainties while appreciating its wonders. So we're going to look into how this perspective can guide us through the journey of survival, recovery, as well as personal growth. The ability to survive and come back stronger hinges on resilience. This resilience is often born out of adversity, teaching us invaluable life lessons. It's natural and healthy to remember and honor past experiences, including hardships. These memories can become a source of strength, a reminder of what you've overcome and how you have grown. Even amidst challenges, life holds incredible beauty and opportunities for joy. This appreciation can be a source of comfort as well as motivation. Understanding that life is a mix of ups and downs and learning to find value in each experience adds depth to our appreciation of life. While we cannot predict everything life throws at us, we can prepare. It's through proper planning, whether it's financial, career, or personal, provides a safety net for when life becomes challenging. It's crucial to remember that plans should have flexibility. Life's unpredictability means that sometimes even the best plans need to be adjusted. Every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity to learn something new about ourselves, others, and the world around us. Often the challenges we face let lead us to discover a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in our lives. Engage fully with the present. Embrace both its challenges and rewards. It's about making the most of the here and now, even as we plan for the future. You want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with supportive people who enrich your life. Community and relationships are vital for a fulfilling life. In essence, as we acknowledge the complexity of life, its unpredictability, challenges, and its beauty, and emphasizes the importance of resilience, planning, and appreciation. It's a reminder that while life can be challenging and sometimes overwhelming, it is also full of amazing possibilities. And with the right mindset and preparation, we can navigate it with strength and grace. So I wish you peace as you're navigating through life storms. If you are a parent that has lost a child, I know how difficult it is. This morning I shared some of my story. I'm going to try my best to share it with you without crying. So I'm going to summarize it because this is still a painful area for me. And it's hard for me to articulate my story as it pertains to it because there's so many layers to unfold um, and to deal with, as well as still trying to remain focused in my journey of building and designing and creating a life that I want. I'm going to find my best way to bring this to you, a snap of what I've shared this morning if you were not on the live this morning. I shared the experience of losing my child through homicide, dealing with being the target of someone's grief based off of the position that they felt as though that they held while still by my son's bedside watching. We had 3 days. It's interesting, 3 days, right? 3 days. Makes you think about Easter. But anyway, during that time, looking at the family, knowing everything that I had to deal with, not being able to get into the emergency room in a timely fashion, having my nephew stand up and be the man and ensure that we, myself and my daughter, were able to get back there. But just the responsibility, um, and looking at all of them, I decided to stand up strong. People will put labels on you. They'll say, "Oh, you're so strong. I'm so proud of you." Things of that nature. But they really don't know that. Yeah, you're presenting well. However, you're a hot mess on the inside. You're trying to hold it together just like they are. You're just presenting well and able to still focus and keep it together. A big part of what allowed me to be able to focus was the fact that I had already began this journey in 2016. So I had some life on life things happen along the way that brought me here. And guess what? During this life changing, life altering, life changing loss, it was the same thing that helped to keep me stable in the midst of chaos. Many don't understand it, but it's what kept me focused. The love that I have for my children and the love that we share together is the love that I take to fill that void that I call Dante's Inferno. I also shared that I understand. And if you want to join us on this journey, as you're picking up the pieces, putting it back together to figure out what it is that you want out of life, where it is that you want to go, how do you see your life from this point moving forward? It's a very good journey to be on, but it's a lot of work. You got to be willing to work through those hard parts, the pain parts, to get to the better parts. And that's not always easy. I also disclosed this morning that if it's too dark, if you're too far deep in the inferno, I empathize with you, but I can't go with you. But I will wait for you when you rise up because I know my limits. And I worked so hard to get where I am right now. And the crazy part is, even in the midst of the tragedy in our family's life, somehow being in part of the community, listening to the information, applying the information, gave me strength to still show up and still come and serve the best of my ability. So much so, many of you didn't even know that I lost a son. But I say that to say that even in the midst of chaos, in the midst of your world falling down, life altering changes going on, if you have a desire, you have a want, you have a focus for your life. Mine just happened to be the focus of our family because this adventure was one that my son and I talked about all the time. How we wanted it to be, what's the components, who did we want to serve, how we wanted to serve them, who were we going to give to, different things of that nature. Uh, is what I used as my muse to continue to take the steps moving forward. And like I said, this story is still yet to be told, is one that's so painful that I find it very difficult to even speak about all the components of it because it's so much. It's just the impact of my immediate family, the extended family, his family. It's just so many different parts, so many different people um, that play a part of it. So it's fragile still, and it's hard to talk about. And sometimes it's hard to even get up and show up for myself. Some days I don't feel like it. Some days I'd rather go do something else. And some days I would go do something else. But I knew the importance that if I wanted to grow and get the full experience of this whole journey, is that I realized I couldn't run, duck, and hide. Running, ducking, and hiding, blaming other people wasn't going to serve me in no way. I had to take responsibility for the parts that I play in my life, surrender to the parts that that's uncontrolled by me, and find a way to accept it all and still be able to move forward. It's not always easy. And I shared that because of the dialogue and the relationship that my son and I had, I feel that this journey has a divine component to it. Because you can't tell me that my son did not find Sean Reyes, Bobby Jackson, and Junior Ferret. Breakfast with the Brand, if you guys are familiar with that. And I've only been with them for a little bit, and I think it's less than 30 days. Even if I might be coming up on 30 days, I might be going into the second month. But in a short period of time, the information, the work that we're doing, and the work that and vision that Sean has for his company and how he's impacting lives. We haven't even really seen the full gamut of it yet. But I'm just sharing with you my little experience of being there. And why I tell you that this brand like a leader, ran by these gentlemen, are a part of my life. I think my son hand selected them from heaven because he was my biggest supporter as well as my biggest critic. And he would always say, Mom, you're good. Your topics are good. What you're saying is good, but you need confidence. You need to build your confidence. And lo and behold, who do I meet along the way? A couple months down the line, Sean has no idea, nothing about what's going on in my life, you know. But he comes and I signed up for Brand New, which is a very good course to take. It's very detailed and it helps you get clear and focused on where you're going pretty quickly if you work it, if you do the work. You got to do the work. You cannot show up and not do the work because it won't work. Then you'll be mad, right? Then you want to blame them. It's not their fault. It's none of the leaders' fault. Each course I've ever taken, every class I've ever taken, showing up, doing the work, whether I do it successfully or not, going through the process taught me something. It built strength. It's building my confidence. As I become clearer on the vision, on the mission, and as my purpose, as to who I serve. It's amazing how saying yes to yourself, deciding to choose you over everything else in the world, but still being intertwined, some kind of way, because we cannot separate ourselves from the responsibility that we have as being a human living on this planet Earth. We're all connected by one person, but we all have a responsibility to ensure the safety and care of everyone here on this planet, and ensuring that everyone gets a taste of life and the life that they want to live. And that's done through learning how to get past your limiting beliefs, the things that are life crushing to you. And I know there's no competition in the trauma area. No story is greater or lesser than any other, because a traumatic impact is a traumatic impact. How we respond to it and how we navigate through it is going to make the difference on the other side when we come through it. But we're going to have to go through it no matter what. So whether you choose to be the driving force through facing your trauma head on, or you want to run and hide from it, either way, there's a price that you're going to pay. So why not choose you? Choose to get past those limiting beliefs. Choose to get past all those things that are going to come, because I know losing a son to homicide makes you want to isolate. It makes you not trust people. It makes you not want to even be in certain arenas around people. So you're very particular about where you're going, who's going to be there, what kind of activities you're doing. There's a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty. People you trusted, you're now looking at them a little sideways, like, I don't know. You don't mean to. It's just the impact of the traumatic experience that you're going through, depending upon what it is. And some people, you just have to let them fly. You just got to let them go live their great life. Scissors of love. Doesn't mean I don't love you, just means that I can't have that in my circle right now, in my presence, because of the fact that you are so fragile. You are so vulnerable. You are possibly at your weakest point of your life, grappling to find the strength to get up and go every day, to get up, take your shower, make your bed, to get back to everyday living. And that's a struggle for some of us. I don't know why I responded the way that I did to his homicide. I only give that honor to God for the love that he and I shared, that the family shared with him, and wanting to honor his life and still continue on a journey that we discussed, because we had an interesting relationship. We talked about life. We talked about death. We talked about all the things that you probably don't even want to talk about with some of your family members. But we had those conversations because our life journey dealt us a hand that said that, okay, we know that people are going to be born, they're going to go through the life cycle, they're going to grow old, they're going to become ill, they're going to need someone to help them. Who's going to be those helpful hands that's in the mix? So it opened up a door for us to see life in a whole nother perspective, but it doesn't take away the pain, because losing your child is not something we want to experience. It's not something that we want to go through. But many of us are going through it right now. And we're going to be continued. This is something that we're going to be continuously for the rest of our lives working on becoming better in that area. The pain doesn't go away. The pain just I guess it gets uh, lesser. It's not so much here in your face, but it's kind of like settling down in your chest to where you can just say, hold on to the most important parts. Hold on to the parts that you loved about that child, the happiness and the joy that they brought you. I've even said, hold on to some of those hot moments when they got on your nerves too. They make you cry, but they also make you laugh. When going through a loss, there's so many different components, so many different pieces that when you go back and you look it all over, you wonder, should I have did it different? Could I have did this or what I could have done? But you've done the best thing that you could have did at that time. Accept that. Be willing to pick up from where you are and continue to move on. It's not easy, but you're not alone. This is a lifelong journey, one that I didn't choose, but I'm dealing with it. And I'm going to do my best to continue to strengthen and build myself and help those that need the help, ask for the help, inquire about it. Because it's real. It's real life stuff. You can't fake it. And it's crazy. You try to maintain your professionalism when you want to be hood as I don't know what. But it's either way, you're going to pay a price. But you have to pick which price you want to pay. I chose life. I chose honoring his life in a way where his children can be proud. And hopefully, if I do this thing correctly, if I listen and follow the steps correctly, I may even create a legacy. Something that where my children, my grandchildren will be able to possibly go in right into the family business. And they can work in a job as optional for them. Wouldn't that be a wonderful gift to give? But somebody has to build it. Somebody has to do the work. Somebody has to create it. So, depending upon where you are in your journey today, whether you are just starting out in your life and starting to formulate your life and putting it all together, make sure you begin with the end in mind. Take the time to put your business in order. Have those discussions that sometimes are hard discussions to have, but they're necessary. Put the pieces together, take the steps, and go on and enjoy life. Because from the moment that you're born to the moment that we leave here, it's that dash in the middle that you've got to live your life. And because I know my son lived his life the best of his ability, because he darn sure did what he wanted to do. That was for sure. He got to see some things, maybe not all the things that he wanted to see, but he got to see some things. So I have to hold on to that and use that as a symbol of peace. To know that although he was gone before his time, I don't understand why God did it, why our family was so impacted by it, but why not our family? What separates us from anyone else? Not much. Just our attitude about life, just our appreciation about life and how we view life and how we view ourselves and how we view our futuristic self and what steps it's going to take for us to get to our futuristic self, our futuristic idea of community, the utopia city vision of what our lives can be like. But it starts with what we do today, every step from today, that 1.6181 steps towards becoming better. And I'm going to wrap it up and say, um, like I always say, so lightheaded here. You are a winner from the time you were conceived in your mother's womb. You're born with all that you need to make your life a success. Don't be afraid to bet on you. Work through the pain and turn that frown upside down and make it a smile because your life is serious business and only you can live it. So why not start today? Have a wonderful, blessed, amazing, wonderful, whimsical Wednesday. I'm Tia Rogers, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.